What is up, fellow YouTubers? We are live. My phone is going on airplane mode so I can do the video. There we go. How you cool cobras doing this fine afternoon? It is Inauguration Day. I hope the inauguration goes as smoothly and as safely as possible. Spoiler alert, you're going to get a drink combination and some political ranting. And if politics aren't your thing, then I don't know what to tell you. Chilling out in some gym shorts and a t-shirt. Got me some Lucky Strike Red 100s. Show that logo. Not a sponsor. Cigarettes are bad for you. You should not smoke unless you are 21 and up. And speaking of 21 and up, this drink combination I'm about to make is also 21 and up. Now, I haven't had alcohol in at least two to 3 weeks. So I feel like, you know what? Every once in a while, get down and have some. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I tell you what, YouTube, I am so, let's make this more like the old school Luckies. There we go. Because Lucky Strikes back in the day were filterless. There we go. Now we're cooking. Hope you cool cobras are having a fantastic Wednesday afternoon. It is Inauguration Day, and quite honestly, I've had enough bullshit with politics to last me a lifetime. This whole election cycle was worse than 4 years ago. You currently have $12.22 ready to be paid out. Well, that's what's up, Teespring. Good to know. No request to pay out. Woohoo, Teespring grows because of people like you. Yes, it does. I do appreciate the fans checking out the merch and buying it. That's definitely a great way to support the channel. Yep. Smoking a Lucky Strike Red 100, and I ripped the filter off, filterless, to make it more like the old school Luckies. They had these cigarettes back in the 80s called Cobra cigarettes, and you can order them online. So if I get enough money saved up, I might order a carton and do a review for you on YouTube, just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, come on. If you hear any noise in the background, it's my dishwasher. I'm doing some dishes. It's nice having a dishwasher, dude. You have no idea. My last apartment didn't have a dishwasher, and that sucked. Now that I have a dishwasher, there's just no excuse to have a sink full of dishes. That's just my opinion. I noticed that my old place got listed. It looks like commercial services redid the floor, and it looks nice. I may not get my deposit back, but that's all right. I appreciate my ex-landlord not evicting me and doing a less harsher punishment, I guess. Regardless, me and my dad cleaned the old apartment, repainted it, and ripped out the carpet so my ex-landlord didn't have to. So even if the deposit was just enough to cover everything, then so be it. Nope, I actually have some dishwasher pods that I use. I'm not going to waste Bond soap on my dishes. That's just pointless and stupid. And if you want to get yourself some Bond tactical soap, Grondike Soap Company, affiliate link, coupon code King Cobra will get you 15% off your next order. And picking some up before Valentine's Day is a great move. You'll smell good for your lady friend. Or if you don't have a lady friend and you're just going out to the bar to have drinks, you might increase your chances ever so slightly. Tactical soap does not guarantee you'll get laid, but it guarantees you'll smell good for the ladies. A tactical soap is designed to make women horny. It doesn't guarantee you'll get any. That's on you to be smooth. And women think that's unfair. Trust me, ladies, you don't have to try very hard to make us men horny. All you gotta do is show up. So the way I see it, tactical soap evens the playing field a little bit. And the pursuit of gender equality. Thank you for plugging the coupon code, CJ. I appreciate that. And if you think I'm full of shit, well, then they wouldn't be buying. Then people, particularly guys, would not be trying so hard to buy chicks drinks. Just saying. It wouldn't be a ladies' night at the bar if I was wrong. That's okay to have standards on the dating scene. Just don't be a dick about it. That's all I'm saying, dude. I'm not gonna get started on that crap. But I bet you're all excited to see this drink combination. Like, oh geez, Cobra's got a drink combo. Wow. 1 second. Go to our Accomplice Cheyenne, Wyoming beer mug. And we're going to make a tasty drink combo. Just you wait and see. Should we to the top? Yeah, why not? A little bit to the top. Yeah, this might be overkill, but who cares? All right, King Cobra's going to show you how to make a bomb-ass root beer float. And fair warning, this root beer float is for adults 21 and up. But a root beer float basically consists of two things, ice cream and root beer. So we got some Not Your Father's root beer, which is not a sponsor. And then, of course, for our ice cream, we got some Ben & Jerry's chocolate chip cookie dough. Oh boy. I was in Loaf and Jug getting some cigarettes, and I wanted ice cream for a root beer float. And, well, cookie dough is my favorite flavor of ice cream. Maybe we'll drizzle some chocolate syrup on top, just a little bit, just a little bit. I haven't done a drink combo with the Not Your Father's root beer, so I'm like, let's make some Cobra's root beer floats. You get yourself some cookie dough. You get yourself some cookie dough ice cream. Doesn't have to be Ben and Jerry's, just whatever you have on hand. Let me get a bite of it real quick. Ben and Jerry's does make good ice cream, not a sponsor. I've actually seen the factory in Vermont. All right, so we're going to take our ice cream and we're going to scoop some into our glass. Okay, the positioning, ignore it. Get your mind out of the gutters, you sick fucks. All right. Now I stuck the ice cream in the freezer when I got home with it, and then I cleaned my kitchen, and then let the Not Your Father's chill out in the fridge. So everything can get nice and cold. Ooh-wee. Now, when you're a kid, root beer floats are delicious, unless you can't have them. They're a nice summertime treat. Great way to beat the heat. Ooh-wee. Dude. Show that logo. So we got a little bit of that cookie dough ice cream in there. Now I'm going to put this back in the freezer. Now, rather than pour the ice cream in there second, we'll do the ice cream first, so then we can just pour the root beer on top of it. That way, it doesn't just plop and go all over the place. We've got ourselves a straw, too. All right. So now we need some root beer for our root beer float. This is where our Not Your Father's root beer comes in to play. I'm going to grab my Snake Eyes Bic lighter and crack it open. Pop goes the weasel. All right, so now we're going to tilt our glass. And we're going to pour it in there. Watch the foam, watch the foam, watch the foam. Ooh-wee. It's going to get a little bit foamy. Just a little bit foamy. Licking the foam off your own root beer float is acceptable. Root beer floats are delicious. Yeah. We got it all the way up to here with the root beer. Just a little bit of foam on top. Like that much left in the bottle. Cheers, YouTube. And now this might be overkill, but we're gonna add some chocolate syrup to the top. Again, you can add whatever chocolate syrup you want to add, Hershey's, whatever, it don't matter. Bottle's almost empty, so kind of drizzle some chocolates on top of our root beer foam. I mean, look at this, YouTube. This is a fat kid's dream right here. It's got Ben & Jerry's cookie dough chocolate chip ice cream, not your father's root beer, and then a nice, delicious chocolate syrup drizzle on top of the foam. And next time you're having a summer barbecue and just you and the adults, excuse me, make these for a party, you know. There are some adults who love root beer floats. Ooh, yes. Do we got enough chocolate on top? Maybe like a little bit more. And try to make it look pretty too, you know, presentable on YouTube. Like, hey. You know, and then when the ice cream melts, you get the little cookie dough chunks you can nibble on that have been soaking in like alcoholic root beer. So there you go. You like little tasty edible treats, alcoholic edible. Ooh, a little dot right there at the side. There you have it. Cobra's root beer float. Cookie dough ice cream, alcoholic root beer, and some little drizzle of chocolate syrup on top. Honestly, I'm not sure how this is going to taste. I can see the root beer line is like right there. It's like a little bit of foam right there. That's perfect, dude. Just perfect. Cheers. Oh, YouTube. YouTube, Cobra's done it again with his crazy drink combos. Dude, you get the little chocolate chip chunks from the chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream and a little bit of that chocolate syrup. Dude, adults, this is how you make a delicious root beer float. Oh my god. YouTube. Now, if you like seeing me drink on camera, I don't do it all the time or as much as I used to. But you like seeing these crazy drink combos, donating to the PayPal and buying the merch definitely helps, and it's greatly appreciated. You don't have to, but I'm like, instead of ordering DoorDash, let's do a drink combo for YouTube. Oh my god, YouTube, this I can't stop raving about this. We're gonna take and swirl that foam and that chocolate around, just like that. Oh, dude, this is ridiculous. I guarantee you Dairy Queen's not going to have a root beer float like this. Oh, geez. YouTube, it's very rich. I will say that. So if you're not a fan of sweets, you know what I'm saying? Oh. I got my phone on airplane mode so we can focus on the stream, not the dickhead trolls who need to get a life. Dude, this root beer float is swinging. Honestly, that's my tastiest drink combo I've made yet. I mean, I made some pretty tasty drink combinations. You ever taken Pinnacle birthday cake vodka and mixed it with vanilla Coke? Yes, it's delicious. And we brought a spoon out so we can scoop out the cookie dough bits when we're done. Okay, we got ourselves a little alcoholic beverage right here. This, dude, I can't stop raving about this drink combination. This drink combination is fire. Dude, I would make these to impress a chick with my bartending skills. I'd be like, "What's up? You ever had a root beer float?" She's like, "Yeah, I've had a root beer." I'm like, "Have you had one of my root beer floats?" Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? Oop, little cookie dough chunk stuck to the straw there. But Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream and Not Your Father's root beer were a match made in hell, which for you Christians would be heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's just temptation in a glass. That goes down way too fucking smooth. A couple of these will fucking get the job done. Those are pretty small containers of Ben & Jerry's, so I wasn't sure how many to get, so I got two. And yeah, two should be enough to split between a 6-pack. All right, so let's see if the inauguration's live. Well, what's going on politically today? Aussie takes in World War II history, yes.
In-laws, here we come. Now, along the way, we're going to go by Adolf Hitler's horse's grave.
There's a lot of graves in this.
I know.
Dead bodies in field, dead horses, dead aliens. What the wrong with them?
My fucking thoughts exactly, Ozzy. I'm against racism 100%. I'm tired of racism in our country.
Well, in Hitler's horse, you like World War II.
Yeah, but I didn't know he had a horse.
See, you're learning something.
As a horse that really had a little mustache.
His horse had a little black patch under his nose. And a sweet little tight comb over.
How did I know it's Hitler's horse?
Here's what I'm willing to bet. After the war, some high-ranking officer from like some cavalry unit in the military somehow found his horse and brought it home.
I don't know.
When you look it up online about this gravesite for the horse, it just says it under a tree. There's no number. There's no like. It just says
So what the f*** we going here for?
It's a bit of a scavenger hunt.
The Fuhrer horse.
That was his name.
Fuhrer.
They probably called him Lightning Fuhrer. You know, also like dumb names like
Black
Seabiscuit,
Fuhrer.
like Seabiscuit, Seaguile Biscuit.
You never had a horse.
Watching Ozzy and Jack making jokes about white supremacy, that's funny. Did you know Adolf Hitler had a micro penis and it was also deformed, and he also had one testicle? I mean, according to history, it was just a mess down there, man. No amount of cosmetic surgery could have fixed it. And when I found out about how Adolf Hitler was born with a micro penis and one testicle and a deformed penis on top of it, I could not stop laughing. That shit was gold. I'm like, well, it explains why he became a dictator. Anyone? Yeah. Now, if you look that shit up, and you'll be sitting there going, no, shut up. I might not even need a spoon. I could just take the straw and scoop out the cookie dough bits. Oh, dude, the cookie dough bits at the bottom. Oh, the cookie dough bits at the bottom are soaked in root beer. Oh, they're all soft and chewy from the root beer. Oh. YouTube. You gotta try this drink combo, man. If you're old enough to drink, you have a drink on occasion or whatever, get some Not Your Father's root beer, some Ben & Jerry's cookie dough chocolate chip ice cream, and a little bit of chocolate syrup. It's easy to make. Scoop the ice cream in the cup, tilt the glass and pour the root beer, and then kind of ever so delicately pour it in as high as it will go.
You can't park a thing there.
Well, of course, it's a national icon.
It says no trespassing.
But it's an iconic place.
What? It was horses.
Come on, stop looking around at trees. It's meant to be under a tree somewhere.
Where's this tree?
All right, I'm gonna look this up online real quick so I can see what the tree looks like. Hitler's horse
Tree.
burial site.
You never had a horse.
The grave of Hitler saw. Ah, okay, here we go. Boom. It's probably it's by that wagon wheel.
We go to some place near you. We ain't gonna get a road for trespassing.
Well, if we do, I'm gonna say it's your fault. You're the most famous one.
Well,
Then
not
at least
everybody
likely.
else blamed me, man. It was pissed. Is that where the...
That is. Oh, there's a plaque right there. Here we go. Lord Lich, 41-68. Wow, a double derby winner. Would you like me to regale you with some facts about Nordlich? Nordlich means North Light. Nordlich was Hitler's horse. He raced the Nazi circuit from 43 to 44 and won the German and Austrian derbies. Undefeated, was named Horse of the Year in 1944, and his image was placed on a German postage stamp.
How wonderful. That's how we go
Right.
now.
When Hitler tumbled from power,
They use his horses for good.
Nordich was star fell as well. His power fell as well. The U.S. Army claimed Nordlich as a spoil of war and brought him to the United States.
Is that it, though?
He was obviously a horse of some renown. He spent the last 20 years of his life.
They had more
Oh.
horses than
Oh.
a horse.
He spent the last 20 years of his life siring many offspring. There we go. There he is.
There's something very weird about this.
I would.
I quite honestly agree Ozzy, that is a little weird, man. Now, you heard Ozzy say it. Fuck white supremacy. I agree with that 1000%. The Grand Wizard of the KKK ain't got shit on Voldemort, biatch. Avada Kedavra. Which makes you kind of think I think J.K. Rowling based her series with like the first Great Wizarding War, World War I, the Battle of Hogwarts, and all that. That's World War II. Think about it. When you think about Harry Potter from that context, it kind of just blows your mind a little bit. Dude, that root beer float is stupid good. Like, that is ridiculous how good that is. I kind of want another one, to be honest, but you don't really need chocolate syrup on top. It's just an extra, I guess, to kind of make it garnish and look pretty. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, that fucking root beer float was delicious, dude.
But
some would have
it
issues.
it doesn't say about Hitler's horse.
I don't think it's going to have a tombstone with a swastika on it. Did you know that this horse was here?
No, but
Are you a fan of World War II history?
yeah, but
Is this not
listen,
World War II history?
Somebody whispered to me back in New Orleans, it was the best Second World War museum ever, and we had to drive out to see this.
The Second World War
Dead
Museum
pony.
in New Orleans does not have a horse that Hitler once rode.
Who
Very
gives
dead.
a fuck about Hitler's horse?
Apparently you do, enough to get angry about it.
No. You wouldn't go to the museum.
I would love to go to the museum.
You know, you didn't. You just said, "Oh, got a better surprise. Let's go to see Hitler's
Come on,
horse." He's
let's
great."
saddle up. Let's go.
He don't even say anything. It was Hitler's horse.
Ozzy and Jack's World Detour. All new Thursdays at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Access TV.
Yes. I agree with Ozzy on that. World War II and World War I history. It's very fascinating. You know, the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You know, Kamala Harris historically became the first woman and the first woman of color to become vice president. This is a huge step for women's rights. And maybe this will get the feminazis to kind of calm down a little bit. Yeah, probably not. They'll still be pissed off that a crotchety old white dude is in charge. Wait, is that an ad or what the fuck? Okay, it's part of the video. I don't know that song. I'm not trying to get a copyright. It's a very colorful video. You know, I might make another root beer float when the inauguration bit starts and we start seeing coverage of it and not whatever the fuck this is.
As we've seen throughout today's celebration in communities large and small, the American spirit in all its glory remains alive and well in our people.
Damn right. The American spirit remains alive and well with our people. I mean, there's nothing more American than that root beer float. That was just stacked with sugar and calories and beer. If there's one thing Americans love more than our guns, it's our beer. Yeah. Which I like guns too, but guns are not the problem, man. People are the problem. People are the ones that invented guns and then turn around and blame the inventions we make. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for Second Amendment rights, 1000%. Within reason, of course. We don't need bump fire stocks. That's just not necessary. If you want magazines for your AR-15, 30 round limit. What the fuck do you need? I mean, I love guns, don't get me wrong. But what the fuck do you need a magazine for your AR-15 that's like over 30 rounds? Like, if you cannot hit your target with 30 rounds or less, you're a horrible shot. And I get so sick and tired of hearing it. Another mass shooting, let me guess. Pissed off white dude with an AR-15. How'd you know? I mean, I've shot an AR-15. They're pretty easy to shoot. They're lightweight. They're easy to aim. But they're overrated, in my opinion. I really have a lever action. The thing that gets me about it, YouTube, is that people can sit there and 3D print gun parts at home and build an AR-15 from practically nothing and have a working, functioning gun that's unregistered. That's a little too far. I don't think people should be allowed to 3D print those parts because there's a slight chance that the 3D printer makes the wrong cuts, you know, the gun could jam or break or explode. Leave gun making to the professional manufacturers. Like, short-barreled shotguns are totally legal in Wyoming, and if I wanted to get my double-barrel shotgun short-barreled to a legal limit, have the metal restained all black and the wood restained a nice rich emerald green with the sight rebeaded on the shorter barrel and the middle filled in nice and clean. Oh, dude. It looks sick, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the money for that, though, so I'm honestly not worried about it. No, I haven't had alcohol in several days. I can't even remember the last time I had a beer, to be honest. And I'm just letting that root beer float sit in. I feel just fine. But all right, look, this is going to be kind of like a giant video response because it is the inauguration live stream. We got some Cobra's root beer floats. If you're just tuning in, you missed out on me making the first one.
A hopeful reminder as we commit ourselves to our goal of an America united. Later
United we stand.
tonight, our America United celebration will continue, so make sure to watch what promises to be another historic moment in a day full of them. On behalf of President Biden, Vice President Harris, the Presidential Inaugural Committee, today's performers and participants, thank you for being part of this country's 59th inaugural parade, the Parade Across America.
Okay, so I have no idea when the inauguration is going to start, but I will say this. Can we stop with the fucking temper tantrums? I mean, Jesus Christ, people are calling me a toddler. Look at the political parties. The Democrats were throwing the biggest bitch fit. If Trump gets reelected, we're going to riot. Well, to quote Terrence Pop. Yeah, I'm not trying to copy your style, bro. I'm a subscriber. Okay. Then, of course, so he didn't get elected. Now the Republicans decided to throw the biggest bitch fit, sitting there screaming election fraud. And if there was election fraud, then there's a way to prove it without being obnoxious. And nobody likes a sore loser, dude. And so Biden takes office and they storm the Capitol. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm sick of it, dude. Oh, but God forbid you voted for Trump. Everyone thinks you're an asshole. It's like, dude, not all Trump supporters are radical. Just like not all Biden supporters are radical. But radical politics is just like radical feminism. It destroys the movement. I'm out of chocolate syrup anyway, so I'm not going to go to drizzle the top with it, but that's just all right. I mean, Trump attacked Joe Biden for his son's drug problem, which he got over, which is funny because Trump's son got busted with drugs on an airplane, so he kind of has room to talk. But then Joe Biden took a cheap shot and said, why don't you just go play some more golf? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? When Joe Biden told Trump, why don't you just go play some more golf? I'm like, dude, the Democrats fucking threw the biggest bitch fit when everyone accused Obama of playing too much golf. They're like, hey, man, being a president's a stressful job. Sometimes you just got to play a couple holes, Oh, but the fucking story's different when Joe Biden says it. Honestly, don't give a fuck who the president is. I'm just glad the election year is over and we just get this over as smoothly and safely as quickly as possible. Your mother's in here with us, Harris. Would you like to leave a message? I'll see that she gets it. Anybody? Oh, come on. Kamala Harris, The Exorcism, Father Harris, anyone? Jeez. Just in case you missed how I made the first one. Oh boy, this is be a drink combo. If you're not, yo, we got some Ben & Jerry's chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. Pop it, block it, and we're going to create another Cobra's root beer float. Place the glass down here so I can scoop the ice cream into it. Okay, put this back in the freezer. So from what I can gather, like you can make like 3 to 4 of these. You can make like three to four of these with one of those little containers there. We'll put some in the bottom of our glass, just like that. Grab it. You're not your father's root beer. And tilt the glass. Oh. Yep. You get some chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, some not your father's root beer, a little bit of chocolate syrup, and you can make yourself a bomb diggity root beer float. Sipping the foam off your own root beer float as you're pouring it. Totally acceptable. And pouring it as delicately as I can so I don't get the foam all over the place. I thought about filming a funny commercial with my dad. Like you see a 6-pack of Not Your Father's root beer. My dad cracks it open. He takes a drink and goes, ah, and then I come in and steal the root beer out of his hand. Like, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, Not Your Father's root beer. And then just walk away drinking it. You can't tell me that wouldn't be funnier than shit. There we go. A little bit of foam peeking up over the top. The root beer line is right there, just like we did last time. Oh, shit. We got a little bit of chocolate syrup left that we can garnish on top. Now, once you mixed your root beer and your ice cream together, we're going to garnish with some chocolate syrup. Yeah, this syrup bottle is on the last of the syrup anyways. Like this chocolate syrup's almost empty, which is just fine. I'm going to use the rest of that chocolate syrup for another delicious Cobra's root beer float. Gonna take the bite out of life with one of these bad motherfuckers, am I right? It's some root beer floats for the inauguration, man. So we got just enough syrup in the bottle here to garnish one more, and that's just fine. That is just fine, YouTube. The garnish of chocolate syrup on top of your root beer float foam is optional. You want to make this for your kiddos, just replace the Not Your Father's with some A&W. Yeah, that's all she wrote, folks. But look at that sexiness right there, YouTube. Just look at it. Look at it. Cobra's root beer float, all that chocolate syrup drizzled on top of that root beer float foam. Oh my fucking God, dude. YouTube, this drink combination is too freaking delicious and very stacking calories. So if you're trying to watch your weight, this is definitely not the combo for you. My hands got a little sticky from making that. I had to wash my hands. Go and use the same straw we were using before, but take a look at that, YouTube. Cobra's root beer float, not your father's root beer. Some cookie dough ice cream, and a drizzle of chocolate syrup on top of your root beer float foam. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Dude, root beer floats are a great way to beat the heat. And right now it's pretty warm out for the time of the year it is. And honestly, I'm not complaining. I'll give this video a like so I can come back to it later and watch it as it progresses. Oh, got root beer foam all over my mustache. Oh yeah, but the trolls are gonna have fun with that. Yep, I don't really give a shit. Fuck the trolls. Okay. Man, I want to shred some damn guitar. Because we got some tasty root beer floatage. Whoa! Anyone else grow up watching regular show? Anyone? Come on. King Cobra gonna make a dank ass root beer float. I don't mean to glow, but it's tasty. Gonna get me nice and wasty. Damn, Cobra, you need some sunlight. Looking kind of pasty. What? No, but on a real note, where the fuck did I put my damn guitar pick at? Fuck off. Are you kidding me with this bollocks? This root beer float is delicious, though. I think I created a home run with that drink combination. Some of my drink combos were a little out there, yes, but this right here seems pretty normal compared to what I usually mix up. Are you fucking kidding me? Ah, boy. Well, ain't this a bitch? I seem to have misplaced my guitar pick. I got backups, man. It's not a big deal. I have to go with a different pick thing because I can't find the one that I normally play with. He was sitting here making some weird drink combination and talking about the inauguration, you know. In my opinion, it's not enough. Got some coupons for Lucky Strikes. I was collecting them like a mad dog whenever I could buy a pack. So I'm gonna get, next time I go to get a pack, if I really need a couple bucks off, I got these. Okay, where the fucking hell? That's that my guitar. Bollocks, man. It just disappears and there's not that much. There really isn't hardly any clutter on my desk, man. Fuck, I'll use a different pick. That's all right. We happen to have a backup pick right here. I like it to pick. It's nice and thick, but it doesn't bend. It's a bit stiffer. Let's see. A bit stiffer, that's what she said. The fucking hell did I do with it? Oh, there they are. And I'll take my guitar pick that I have and I'll file a point on it that's more defined. That's just how I like my picks. You know, have a more defined point. Yeah, YouTube, just sitting here drinking some root beer floats. My second one. There we go. It's a nice defined point. You know, you got to pick that's really pointy right here at the end, and it's got a little bit of bend. Not too much bend, but a little bit of bend, just a little bit. Enough for, you know what I'm saying? Playing this, you know, ow, fuck. My guitar just smacked my shin. That felt fantastic. Exactly. You find a pick that not only fits your fingers, you can comfortably, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck is up, YouTube? Sitting here shredding on the BC Rich Warlock. We got our guitar pick handy, and we got ourselves a dandy little root beer floats. It's Inauguration. And I figured I'd make a couple of alcoholic root beer floats to celebrate the occasion. At this point, I don't give a fuck who the president is as long as they're qualified for the job. Some people might argue and say that the White House went from a daycare to a nursing home, but that's a little mean. That's the independent in me talking. And usually I'd pick a side, and it depended on the election cycle and what the candidates' views and talking points were, right? But this election cycle we've had has been such a shit show, dude. Oh my god. Dude, that root beer float. Fucking delicious, dude. Yeah, so I thought of a name for my new album. Gotta come up with a name and an album cover and then make some music for it. Now, the name I have chosen for my Valentine's Day album, it's gonna be called Love and Vanity. Yeah. I don't want something too cliche at the same time. I want something that kind of just, got the point of the album across. This chocolate chip cookie dough root beer float. Oh my god, you two. This is ridiculous. Mix some Not Your Father's root beer with some of that Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream and then a drizzle of chocolate syrup on top of the root beer foam. Yes. It is quite tasty. Well, I mean, I think Love and Vanity is the perfect name for it because it pretty much sums up the message of the album. You look at the album cover and you see two skeletons, a male and a female or whatever. It's just a couple of skeletons. Doesn't have to be gender specific. Might be some people who are triggered by that. Okay, the skeletons, it doesn't matter their gender. The skeletons in my album cover represent eternal love. You see one skeleton graciously pulling a black rose from the ground to hand to their partner. And then you see a broken heart with demon wings floating above them, which represents the heartbreak and struggles of love. Whether you're getting your heart ripped out by some skank at a bar or you live to be 95 and your wife dies before you, that's just how love works, man. And, yep. And trying to convey that into a Valentine's Day album is going to be tricky. But then the vanity part comes into play because both sides are equally as hypocritical when it comes to standards. I'm not trying to be a generalist here, so just hear me out. This is just a hypothetical, okay? But you got some fat feminazi screaming about body positivity because she's a little bit overweight. To be fair, this is the kind of crap women have to deal with. Even though both women and men are put to the same standard to a degree, the perfect body, oh, your boobs aren't big enough, or your penis isn't big enough, whatever. The reason why it's more focused on when it comes to women on the whole body positivity movement is because of the crap women have to face in our society. Society expects women to always be their prettiest and men to always be their toughest. And I think Love and Vanity is a good name for the album because love can be very vain. You'll have women who sit there and bitch about, but on the flip side to that argument, like I said a couple streams ago, women who bitch about body positivity and how every woman is created beautifully and you shouldn't judge someone by their body type. And men are just pigs because some men don't like fat chicks. Okay. But no one calls you a slut for liking a dude with six-pack abs. No one says you're body shaming that dude. And that's why I'm an asshole, because I'm not afraid to tell it like it is. You know the type I'm talking about, right? This chick's got a sister, and her sister's younger, prettier, thinner, already has a husband. And she's got the fireman calendar on her freezer, you know, because she wants that kind of man. She needs a hero. Bonnie Clyde reference. She'll talk to her mother every Sunday, even though she secretly thinks, oh, hey, my sister's the favorite. It's so obvious. And then she calls her mother, but keeps the peace with her mother because, you know, that's just how family circuits work out. And then, of course, her mother just wants her kids to have kids of their own. So you know how that goes if you're in that situation. When you gonna fucking hook up with someone and give me kids, she says. And for you, that chick with the fireman calendar on her freezer, you're looking in the wrong areas. It's, you know, and you've been led to believe that you're never going to find companionship. And I call bullshit. Just because you're a couple pounds heavy don't mean shit. That would be like me using my Asperger's as an excuse. But of course, you know, your mother's going to sit there and, you know, and then you call your sister just to keep the peace so your mother doesn't get worried. Oh, jeez. And the second you call your fucking sister, the heavier set, older sister calls her younger, prettier, married sister. And of course, her sister's got to sit there and brag about how perfect her life is, how her man's the best, because that's how women are. That's how women are towards each other. I'm the asshole for saying it. And by the time she's done calling her sister, she feels so depressed because she doesn't have anybody to suck her pussy and make her feel like a real woman and fuck the shit out of her, make her feel like a princess and cook her nice things, you know, and make her feel pretty, etc., etc. She thinks about putting a gun in her mouth, but instead she reaches for the chocolate cake. Says the guy who's shoveling Ben & Jerry's into a root beer float. But I'm here to tell you, if you're one of those people that's in that kind of situation, don't lose hope, man. You don't want to lose weight. You don't have to. You want to stay fat, stay fat. If you have the ability to change it and you want to change it, then change it. That's what the whole body acceptance movement is about. It basically says, if you want to be fat, be fat. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? You want to change it, then change it. You know? And sometimes people can't. Like, they're always going to be like that the rest of their life. And that's what the whole acceptance part of it's about. But there are people out there who choose to be fat on purpose, and then expect everyone to tolerate it, and it just makes for the people who can't help it look bad, you know. Yeah, Surgeon General says I'm a fine example of good health, he said sarcastically. And of course, that chick who sees the fireman calendar on her refrigerator, she wants a dude who's got abs like that, who's chiseled. But every guy she goes after that's muscular is into working out, so they probably want their girlfriend to be the same way. And then she turns around and bitches about body positivity. That's not to say she can't have her dream guy, some tall, muscly asshole who fucking cooks a wicked good German chocolate cake, and he'll eat her pussy out while she eats it. Fucking A, she never complained. If these fat feminazi bitches had a man to cook them a wicked mean German chocolate cake, and they're sitting there stuffing their fat feminazi faces with it while he's down underneath the table eating her pussy out, fingering her and tickling that G-spot, getting her to have a fucking multiple orgasm while she's munching on a chocolate, no, they wouldn't complain. They would say they had the best boyfriend ever. That's why when I hear women say that not all women are meant for the kitchen, I quite agree. I think men should be able to cook too. There's nothing wrong with a man taking charge and being like, so you want some pasta? I got you. He starts pulling out sauces, chicken. He's making a chicken Alfredo with virgin olive oil. He puts a little bit of white wine in the sauce, a little bit of butter for the angel hair pasta. He cooks the chicken that's so tender it just melts in your mouth. Oh my God, dude. And then he presents it in the most romantic way possible. He puts a cloth on the table, he lights a candle, gets some nice violin music going, pour a couple of glasses of white wine, and you get a nice healthy proportion on both sides. And when you're sitting down eating dinner with your girlfriend, ask her how her day was. When she's sitting there fucking food-gasming over how delicious your fucking pasta is, she's going to think that she has the best man ever. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in that predicament, you think you're never going to find someone? Bullshit. Maybe go after different people. Change up your standards a bit. That's what they say, right? Fuck that. You should never have to lower your damn standards. Well, that's the best part. If women have standards, a girl's got to have her needs. But if men have standards, we're pigs. If a chick sees a dude in the mall hitting on her, the dude's like 400 pounds overweight, and he's giving her seriously creepy, stalkerish vibes, she can reject him for being too fat and too creepy for her taste. But flip the gender roles, and there's some guys just hanging out with his buddies at the mall, and this fat chick comes up to him and she's giving him super creepy vibes. Super creepy, stalkerish ex-girlfriend vibes. And he rejects her. Her and her friends go off on him. Why? Because she's a little bit overweight. You men are all the same. And no one calls that girl guilty, but the second we try to explain ourselves, oh, you're just mansplaining. And you can take that man-splitting bullshit and shove it up your pussy for all I care. Because nobody sits there and says you're girl guilting whenever your man comes over to your house and you're having a bad fucking day and he says, babe, you look pissed off. What's wrong? And she starts going off about her period and cramps and every woman she walks by she fucking hates and la 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 blah. And could you imagine if guys said that crap? Like, you're just girl guilting me because men don't have periods, so you're girl guilting me. Imagine how fucking annoying that would get, ladies. Okay, if you want men to talk about their problems or why they're feeling a certain way, you can't chastise them as soon as they open up and then bitch because they don't want to communicate. It doesn't work like that. Oh, it's kind of like when you want men to be nice to women, but they get treated like simps because they do it. Okay, so like you want men to be nice to women, I'm all for it. But respect is a two-way street, ladies and gentlemen. Meantime, you don't care about sex. Your girlfriend's out of gas. You fill up her gas tank. You know, help her clean her house a little bit. Fuck the sex. That's just your way of showing you appreciate your girlfriend and her company. And if she chooses to fuck you, that's on her. Oh, but most guys would call that simping. Like, oh my God, bro, you're simping so hard. I'd rather be a simp than an incel, I'll tell you what. Other people be like, King Cobra is such an asshole. King Cobra fans be like, yeah, but he's our asshole. Love and vanity. When I capitalize this way, when I look it up on Google, it's spelled correctly, so that when I add the title to the album cover, it's, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because that has to be the true definition of insanity. You can't seem to find a man. Every guy you date's a piece of shit. At some point, you have to ask yourself, maybe it's me. You know? Ladies, you ever ask that question? I can make the title of the album like pinkish red. Like a little bit of red, a little bit of pink to kind of fit that Valentine's Day theme. Boy, this does not want to fucking... What's the deal here, man? Why are we doing this? Oh, my God. Why is... Okay, so Photoshop program GIMP is not wanting to cooperate. Fantastic. Try copying, pasting, that didn't work. Vanity, V-A-N-I-T-Y, V-A-N-T-Y. Okay, got it to work. I got it to work. Now we're going to center the title. Okay, that's perfect. It's okay to have standards, man. Just don't be, don't be a hypocrite and or an ass about it. Oh, did I say that out loud? Take a look at my album cover now with the title on it. Short, sweet, to the point, not overdone. Beautiful. The inauguration is not going to happen for a while by the looks of it. I'm not sure how long I want to make this stream. Make it as long as I feel like making it, I guess. Someone just sent me $4.67. I appreciate that. Go ahead and transfer that to my bank. Thank you for the $4.67 donation. That's most definitely what's up. Not really new songs, kind of jamming out on the guitar. Take a break from the guitar playing for a second. Oh boy, speaking of dating, holy crap. I stumbled across yet another Facebook post that one of the friends I'm friends with on Facebook posted. Well, it might have been a friend of theirs, I don't honestly know. But there was a person out there on Facebook who is what you call non-binary. They don't identify as a gender. And I guess they're having troubles in the dating scene because they're non-binary. So the person I'm talking about basically said, if you don't want to date someone who's non-binary, then let that person know because that person's getting too old for that shit. And the comments were a mixture of support and, oh my God, do we need to educate someone on this shit? And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, okay, you're not sure what sex you are. Okay, I get it to some degree. But, actually, no, I don't get it because I'm very comfortably male. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the dick and balls between my fucking legs, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a male, and I'm proud of it. But saying you're proud of the sex you were born is not considered taboo. That pisses people off. But then again, if you tell people that you're non-binary or that you don't identify with your gender, that pisses people off too. So it's just like, Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? And like, I hate to be that guy, but another Terrence Pop reference. People are allowed to be grossed out if you're transgender or non-binary or whatever. It's called having an opinion. As long as they don't go out of their way to fuck with you because of who you are, then who cares? Like, there are plenty of people out there like myself who are progressive enough to say, hey man, that's your life. Do it up. You know what I'm saying? And there are going to be plenty of assholes out there who are against it. Look, everybody, it's the non-binary snowflake generation. Oh, joy. I'm not trying to sound ignorant here, but sometimes I feel like some people do it for attention because they want to feel special and included in everything. Let's not discredit anyone because there are some people out there who do it because they genuinely believe that. And as long as they're not going out of their way to fuck with me, I see no reason to fuck with them. Like some dude down the street thinks he's a chick. That's his prerogative, or their prerogative. Oh, sorry. Pronouns. They haven't quite transitioned, so calling them a he is insensitive, even though that's the fucking sex they were born. You think calling them they would be more offensive, but I guess not. Call me an asshole, call me an asshole. If you're born a dude and you haven't transitioned yet, I'm going to call you a dude. Because there's male, female, transgender, hermaphrodite. 4 genders. That's it. Fuck all this 300 genders bullshit. And that's just it. Like you think oh, you're getting too old for that crap. You're getting tired of it. Join the fucking club. I've been rejected by every chick I've liked since 4th grade, and it sucks. But I still talk to chicks. I still like them, of age, of course, because you know what's up. I hate sick fucks more than I hate my goddamn trolls. I mean, take a leaf out of my book. Even though I get rejected by every chick I like, I still talk to women. I'm still polite to them. I hold the door for them. You know, they need a shoulder to cry on or someone who can listen to their problems and maybe help them work it out in some way. I don't know. You know, I'm that kind of guy. No, I'm all for progressive thinking, but not when it's forced down our throats. I'm all for political correctness and being progressive, but not when it's being forced down our throats, dude. You know, it's no different than back in the day when gays and trans and all these other individuals were treated like crap. And people said, that's just how it is, deal with it, whether you like it or not. And now it's become perfectly okay to discriminate against straight white people and nobody says shit. 2 wrongs don't make a right. You spend all these decades fighting for oppression and fighting for rights for these individuals, including yourself, just to be the biggest oppressive hypocrite on the planet. I don't get it. (2020) and 2021 be like, we must tolerate everyone regardless of skin color or sexual orientation. Oh wait, you're a straight white male? Fuck you. You guys are the cause of the problem. I'm like, that was white males from back in the day. You're going to blame me for shit someone else did. Yeah, that's super progressive. Fighting racism and sexism with more racism and more sexism has slow clap for you. Then we get to the bottom of your glass. This is why you use the cookie dough ice cream for your root beer float. You get a little snacky poo. That didn't sound right. You know what I meant. I'm drunk. Not. Actually, no, I'm not that drunk. I'm a little bit tipsy. I'm not going to lie. But you get a little snacky poo at the bottom of it. Which is a joke. You know why it's a joke? Because people would call this a chick drink. I laugh at those sick assholes. Like, fuck them. No, I call it a snacky poo because it makes you poop when you eat it, and because my trolls love to rip on me, so. This is just a freaking delicious root beer float, dude. I bet you my trolls are calling me a bunch of nasty names in the comment section right now for saying that the way I did. And that's exactly why I did it, because I'm comfortable enough with my own heterosexuality that I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks, to be quite honest. You know, 2 of these is enough, dude. Holy shit. I might just drink the rest of the pack by itself, but I wanted to do a tasty little root beer float drink combination for YouTube, and I did just that. Dude, after it's all mixed together, it don't even taste like alcohol. It just tastes like you're drinking a root beer float. And after 2 of them, yep, you start feeling it just a little bit if you haven't drinking it in a couple of fucking weeks. You know how you can tell I pissed my trolls off? Because they're trying so hard to fuck with me. Some part of them was unhinged by something I said or did. Oh, man. Man, these root beer floats that I just came up with are fucking delicious, dude. Oh, man. It's a bit much on the sugar. 2 is enough for me as far as the floats go, but I might crack open the 3rd one and just drink it as is. But yeah, sitting here working on the album, waiting to the inauguration, jamming some sick guitars. You know where my trolls found out that my lease was terminated in my old place? They were talking the maddest shit, dude. I made a Halloween video in Highland Cemetery, drinking a beer, playing with my Ouija board, and all the hater comments came in. Oh, Cobra, you looking for a new home? I'm like, keep it up, Dick Licks. Keep it up. And then I got this badass place, and all the trolls are like, God damn it, I hate Cobra. I fucking hate him so much. And really, it's the same thing with the whole girlfriend situation, man. A lot of the people are talking mad shit. People are going, you need to get laid. And I'm like, dude, my trolls need to get laid more than I do. They're more obsessed with my sex life than they are their own. It's kind of creepy and sad, to be honest. People can talk all the shit they want, but I know what I'm worth on the dating scene. I have a lot of attractive qualities that women desire in men. And that's that. So when I end up getting the smoking hot goth chick in my dreams, it's only a matter of time, dude. All the trolls are going to be going, oh, it's not fair. How come Cobra gets the goth chick of his dreams? And the sad thing of it is if I had a girlfriend and she wanted to do YouTube with me, I could already see the fucking hate comments that I would get. I really could. That's just how predictable these losers are. So if you missed me making this root beer float, you'll just have to go back and watch the rest of this, rewatch the stream to see how I made it. A couple scoops of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, some Not Your Father's root beer or variant of. And then when the foam gets to the top, you take a little bit of chocolate syrup and drizzle the top of it. And put this in the sink. There were 4 left in the pack, and now there are only 3. I want to drink half of this 6-pack and then, save the other half for later. And what I'm saying? Because I haven't had alcohol in a long enough time that 2 to 3 of these will get me going just fine. Wow! Not Your Father's root beer. Now you two, have you heard of Sneaky Snake? He drinks root beer. And when you're not looking, he looks just like a stick. And then Sneaky Snake takes a sip of your root beer and goes dancing. Sneaky Snake likes root beer. And when you're not looking, he looks just like a stick. Fuck me, that's good. Dude, Not Your Father's root beer is so tasty. It tastes pretty much like the Not Your Grandfather's root beer. It's the same concept. I don't get a 6-pack of it very often just because it's kind of on the more expensive side. But, yeah. I guess the inauguration. Let's crack open some hard root beers. And that's such a girl's drink. Oh, my God. It's like, and you're a toxic male. Oh, yeah, I got my phone on airplane mode, so I don't got to listen to these You know what I'm saying? Now, I could just ignore the trolls when airplane mode's off, but this way the phone's not interrupting us while we're doing what we don't come here to do and make a live stream and drink some root beers. Got a payout for $4 and a payout for $12. Sweet. You know, it makes me happy when I see my fans buy my t-shirts on Teespring. Not because of the money that I make off of it, but because I have fans who want to wear my merchandise. And Teespring's a pretty sweet little website for creating merchandise. Man, them 3 root beers got me feeling good. Like, if I'm just drinking to socialize, I'll have like 3 to 4. If I'm drinking to get drunk or a little bit more tipsy, I'll have more than 4. I have a system in play for when I drink alcohol. If I'm drinking to socialize, just have a beer. 3 to 4 is the limit. But if I'm drinking to have a good time and get buzzed, I'll drink more than 4. And yet, people seem to be so concerned because, oh, Cobra, you're such an alcoholic, and kiss my ass. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate that a lot of people care about me and shit, but sometimes y'all care too much. Especially the people who care about me drink alcohol on occasion too. So it's like, wait a minute. I'm not sitting there calling your parents going, have you seen your kid? Oh my God, they had like 4 glasses of wine. They're reckless abandonment, I swear. But don't get me wrong, I am all for body positivity 100%, as long as we're allowed to include men in this movement. Because men face the same stigma that women face for being quote unquote too fat or not having the perfect body. And yet the focus is never on men and their struggles as being similar or practically the same as women. It's always focused on the differences and which gender has it harder. I will say this. I agree with Joe Biden's taste in guns. Double barrel shotguns kick ass. Put the spoon in the sink. I'll be right back. Shh, be very, very quiet. We're hunting for pedos. Ha. This would be my 3rd one. Should I go for one more and then cool it and save a couple for the inauguration? I was thinking I might save the other 3 for when the inauguration comes up. I'll just keep going live, chit-chatting with you until the inauguration actually happens, which I have no idea when that's going to happen, but we'll just keep the stream going. I like making streams and videos for my fans. And when I build my damn dream house, immaculate would be the word. I'd be like, hey, YouTube, could you imagine the teaser video I'd make for it? I'm all filming the front of my dream house, like, hey, YouTube, check out this clock tower. And if I won the lottery, I'd slap a fat stack of cash on my current landlord's desk. And, yeah, it'd be glorious. I'd have my dream house, everything built, fully furnished, minus what I have before moving in, honestly. And even if I don't win the lottery, like, I'm grateful for my circumstances right now, you know? There are times I do miss my old place just for the nostalgia of it, but this new apartment is so much better. I'll drink to that. Dude, Not Your Father's root beer is delicious, worth remembering. Yes. Two guys working on a truck or a classic car, just working on some kind of. I could totally write a commercial for Not Your Father's root beer. A son and father are working on a project car. They're building a hot rod together, and after a long, hard day of sanding, painting, grinding, and welding on said classic car, you know, they pull out a 6-pack of this stuff, and they each crack one open, clink it together, and be like, worth remembering, Not Your Father's root beer. Not trying to be sexist, because I know women can work on cars too, and I think that's fucking badass, to be quite honest. You know, when some guy is showing off his truck and his lift kit on Instagram, like, oh, look at me. And some woman makes the sexist comment like, oh my God, men in their trucks. I'm like, honey, come on down to Wyoming. And it's not just men who drive them. Yeah. I think the last major drink combo I did was for the holidays. That Christmas cocktail I made was pretty fucking fire. This, man, the drink combo I made with this, yeah, those root beer floats are way too delicious. Oh, fuck. Now, a man's morals. Well, these are just my morals. You protect children, you protect elderly people, and you protect women. Even if elderly people are cranky and stubborn, even if children are assholes, and even if women are complete stuck-up C-bombs, just a man's morals, you protect them regardless. It's just kind of how I see it. I mean, you gotta level with the cracker, dude. Like, you were their age once. I honestly don't want kids. From what I've seen and experienced growing up with younger sisters and what have you, I'm good. That's one advantage to a dry spell. I don't got kids. You know, you want to feel sorry for yourself because you haven't had pussy in 3 years. But then here's a couple down the street who's not ready to have kids. And that one little mishap of, oh, hey, I met you in a bar. We're both really drunk. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That one little one-night stand in college with your high school sweetheart. You know, whatever. Leads to you and the other having a kid that you're not ready for or equipped or financially stable for. And then you want to sit there and bitch because you haven't had pussy in 3 years. You're kind of just looking at those people like, oh, I feel sorry for you, man. Oh, yeah, I can sleep whenever I want. I'm not going to spend fucking money on diapers and shit. I can get a 6-pack of root beer and not feel guilty about it in the slightest. And the way I see it, I'm like, dude, I know what I'm worth on the dating scene. So if chicks don't want to date me, that's honestly their loss. I'm not in a rush to get some chick pregnant or get my heart stomped on, for that matter. Yeah. No, seriously, take another note out of my book, dude. All the chicks that rejected me growing up are going. Saunders is a YouTube celebrity? Oh yeah, growing up it was the butt end of the joke. Josh and his cobras. Aha. 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 I'm like, yeah, well, I established a cult following. What the fuck are you doing? Whatever you can, man. That's how we roll in this bitch. Would I have a cobra if I built my dream house? Fuck yeah, I would. I'd start off with something small like a monocled or an Indian cobra. And if I won the lottery and built my dream house, I'd have a monocled cobra. That'd be sick. But in order to have cobras in Wyoming, you got to pay like $2,000. They have to be devenomed and raised on pinks. The only thing that stops me from doing it is, one, that's cruelty to snakes, and two, I don't got the finances. But you can just imagine me chilling out in my dream house, making a live stream like, Cobra, is there a snake on your fucking shoulders? I'm like, oh yeah, this is my pet cobra, Buttercup. She likes cheese. Don't you, Buttercup? No, but the thing that gets me about Joe Biden is he's said famously, sometimes all you need is a double-barrel shotgun. You fire off 2 shots to let them know, which is dumb because then you got to reload, and loading a break action doesn't take that long. But still, that's kind of a waste of 2 shots. That's just not the point. Like, how could Joe Biden? I think it's more Kamala Harris than Biden, to be honest, but Democrats in general seem to be against guns, and Republicans seem to support them. But the common denominator with that is both sides hate gun violence. That being said, if I built my dream house, I'd have a little Hickok 45 style shooting range behind my house. And I'd make a couple of videos like Hickok 45 does. That'd be sick. Showing off my collection. Be like, what up, YouTube? Out here. Good, clean, wild, and fun. In all seriousness, though, I sincerely hope Joe Biden's inauguration goes smoothly, safely as possible. I'm tired of rioting. I'm tired of it. Life Won't Wait by Ozzy Osbourne. I watch it all change, take the news of the day and throw it away. That's kind of how a lot of people deal with it, I think. Like, they process it, and then by the time they're going to bed, they're like, man, I saw all that shit that went down in the news, crazy stuff. And then that thought in the back of their head, hey, tomorrow's a new day, so it could be twice as crazy. And that's what's beautiful about life. It's beautifully chaotic and unpredictable. You can't control when life kicks you in the balls. This is more or less how you deal with it. Yeah, even without making a delicious Cobra's root beer float, because I'm obsessed with Cobras and because it's a root beer float. Yep. We look at that cutaway gag with Lois Griffin. Wait patiently like a cobra. That's the truth, dude. You take that mentality to the dating scene. Here's a bigger question, YouTube. Would you rather have kids with somebody you can't stand, or would you rather have kids with somebody you actually love and you have the financial situation to do it? You know, and that's the bigger question, man. If you want to get pissed off because you haven't had someone to cuddle with in 2 to 3 years, you ain't the only one going through it. And, you know, I hear about these stories about these dudes, these 30 and 40-year-old virgins. They're like 40 years old and they never had pussy and they never had a girlfriend. And I'm like, dude, that's just sad. A lot of them by that time have lost interest in dating because they were never exposed to it. And that kind of makes you think, dude. And then on top of that, you got couples who have been married for 85, 90 plus years, and one of them dies before the other one, and just the amount of heartache and sorrow and sadness, knowing that your whole world is now gone, and now your whole world is just empty and alone, and you're too old to have sex, too old to go out and date. Your grandkids hardly ever come over to visit, so you're just waiting patiently to die. Ugh, dude. And then here's the best part of it. You might get Alzheimer's and forget that your other half passed away. So every 5 minutes you're asking people, hey, where's my other half? And then people are patiently reminding you they died 4 years ago, remember? Oh, I forgot. And then 5 minutes later, hey, have you seen my other half? Or you're stuck with the memory of losing them, and all you have is their memories and the memories you have with them, and you know. So next time you're bitching because you're like 30, 40, 20, 30, 40 years old, whatever, 45, 50, and you're bitching because you're single, it could be worse. You do realize that it doesn't matter if you have someone or not, you're still going to die alone. Like, having a girlfriend is not going to stop you from dying alone. It just may make it more painful because you have to watch them go before you go. Or you get to live with the fact of you're dying before they do, so that thought in the back of your mind before you pass away is you're going to leave them with that grief. Another one bites the dust. So maybe you're depressed because you haven't got your first kiss yet. Well, guess what? It don't change a damn thing. I'm good on the alcohol for a minute, man. Let those 3 that I just had kick in. You know, and maybe save the 3 for later when I'm watching the Inauguration. Now, when I say these things about love, it's going to be depressing. It's too realistic. It's too to the point. Like King Cobra, ouch. That's so true. It hurts. Calm down, you fucking asshole. Jesus, fucking cynical much? You know, I say that to make you appreciate being single as well as myself, and to also, if you have someone, cherish every moment you have with them, because tomorrow is not promised. I was a fucking idiot for fucking that relationship up with Stephanie. God damn it, I was a fucking idiot. Yeah, I can't change that. The past is the past. I'm not trying anything. I'm just simply reflecting on stupid shit. And I've learned from that, to be honest. It makes me feel like a right fucking asshole because growing up, I was told, you're such a handsome young man, but you get rejected by every chick you like. You don't feel so fucking handsome. And looking back on it, I feel like an asshole. Like you bitch because no girl gives you a chance, and then a decent one does, and all you can do is learn from your mistakes. I mean, the relationship I had with Stephanie lasted 2 years, and me cheating on her like a stupid fucking idiot. 3 year dry spell seems like karma being like, so that's another reason why I don't mind going through a dry spell, because honestly, it seems kind of fitting. You had a good woman by your side and you fuck it up. So now you got to realize the severity of your consequences. And that means waking up for 3 to 4 years without a woman by your side. So you can fully appreciate what you had with her. That's karma, dude. That's life. Trust and believe. I am never cheating again. I was a one-time fuck up. I let the confidence of getting laid for the first time go to my head, and I'm not proud of it, dude. All right, so the inauguration ceremony.
Coming up here, we are looking at the East Front Plaza of the Capitol. So the Capitol Visitor Center is actually underneath there. Those kind of pink-toned stone pavers that you see there, that's rose-colored granite. It's from Millbank, South Dakota.
Now, I think Love and Vanity is a perfect name for my new album because women and men reject each other for not looking or acting a certain way. But underneath all the clothing, underneath all the flesh and the muscles, we're all skeletons, man. We all have bones. So,
And 160,000 squares of that were used to pave that plaza. Those white, kind of lighter colored borders in between the pinkish toned pavers that they're on, those are white granite pavers. They come from Isle, Minnesota. 40,000 of those. We're looking underneath the porticos here. These are the sort of covered walkways where when folks arrive, they step underneath, protected from the elements, although they don't need it today. We got no snow and no rain.
Unlike Kennedy's inauguration, where they were clearing snow.
Yeah, and as we've discussed, it was Reagan who moved the inaugural from the East Front to the West, right? And 1981, President Reagan's first inaugural, I think it was like 55 degrees outside. It was a fine day. And then Reagan's second inaugural, 1985, 7 degrees here in Washington. They had to move that indoors at the last minute.
Well, members of Congress are filing in and other dignitaries. Can we hear what? The band?
You can hear the Marine Band. You sure can. They've already started up there. They've got a long day of performance ahead of them here. It really is a full concert that they're going to be delivering. We're going to hear some familiar tunes from them. They've also have prepared a couple special ones for the occasion. Marches from John Philip Sousa. And the Marine Band, actually, those uniforms they're wearing, those are most similar to what they would have been wearing in the time of President Grant and John Philip Sousa.
I can tell you, having served in the armed forces, wool in the summer, no fun. This is great weather. Great weather for military personnel. I'd rather have it 40 degrees and below than 80 degrees in the front.
Yeah, we lucked out with the weather today. I was looking at some tales of former inaugurations, and of course, we'll be hearing from the first ever youth poet laureate a little bit later on today. I know, incredible young lady, just 22 years of age, I think, maybe
Amanda Gorham, yes.
Amanda Gorham. And Robert Frost was the first poet who was invited to speak at the inaugural 1961 for President Kennedy. Frost had composed a poem for the occasion, but the glare coming off of the fresh snow, the glare was too bright. He couldn't actually read his own notes. They tried to help him out. Somebody held a top hat over to create a little shadow, and he still wasn't able to read his notes. So 89 years old, the poet Robert Frost actually recited one of his other poems from memory.
Janet, we haven't talked about them too much, and we will later. United States Capitol Police. This is pride of them. We have order, we have discipline. Things are moving as they should. So they take pride in this particular part.
So this is the time when we see people arriving for their ceremonies. Folks are starting to take their seats out on the West Front. And we're going to be seeing various people arriving here, coming underneath. That, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is President Obama.
You're not mistaken.
Arriving. And, of course, Michelle Obama there, a beautiful plum coat going into the Capitol underneath one of those porticos.
He never wears a hat.
I never noticed that, but you're right.
The members of Congress used to wear their hats inside chambers, and then that stopped.
Everybody wore hats in the 19th century. Lincoln, actually, the first inauguration he attended was Zachary Taylor's in 1849, and President Lincoln actually lost his top hat in the massive crowds because, their inaugural balls and parties, these events, especially in earlier times in the 19th century, there were massive public events that people would come to Washington, flock from all around to. Of course, this year, things are quite different.
Friends, there is such a thing called Capitol Conversations. And it's something that our colleagues do during this time of closure of the Capitol. So visit thecapitol.gov. Log on, look at our previous recordings. But all that we're talking about, we will do this over and over throughout the year until we're open. Let's see who's surviving now. I know what people are thinking. Are you making this up as you go? Well, right now I am, yes.
Well, it's when we're talking about people arriving.
Oh, William Jefferson Clinton.
There he is, President Clinton arriving there.
Senator Clinton can't be far away.
I did not have sexual
I would
relations
imagine.
with that woman.
Again, they're pulling up to the east front of the Capitol, where inaugurations used to be held. JFK, Lincoln, Andrew Jackson, until 1981, moved to the west front so that more people could attend, so that more people could see, right? We looked down the National Mall earlier, you could see how there was room for people to watch from all kinds of different angles and to really fill up that space. Of course, things are a little bit different this year than they have been for inaugurations past.
I just thought of a trivia question. And it's how many left-handed presidents have we had? William Jefferson Clinton is left-handed.
Oh.
We'll think of it.
How many left-handed presidents?
How many
okay, folks, you're going to write that one down. You're going to go to your favorite search engine.
Oh, the beautiful East Front.
Now, before inaugurations happened at the Capitol, when the Capitol still wasn't built, or after it was burned by the British in the War of 1812, presidents inaugurated other sites. So, Ron, as you mentioned earlier, across the street from us, the Supreme Court's current building, right on the site where President James Monroe was inaugurated. The Marine Band here. We're going to be hearing them in the movie.
Friends, we've talked so much about them. Let's listen to our beloved Marine Band for just a little while.
Fuck yeah. The few, the proud, the Marines. Yeah, buddy. Well, holy crap, YouTube. It's going to be an interesting inauguration. Like I said, I hope it goes smoothly and safely. Thank y'all for watching the stream. I'll catch you later.